Today we'll meet one of the most prominent Indo-American philanthropists in the country. Welcome to Chai with Manjula. A serial entrepreneur and visionary in the field of storage networks, our guest was inducted into the Silicon Valley Engineering Hall of Fame in 2003 after the success of Brocade Communications, a company he co-founded in 1995 and served as CTO for many years. Currently, he is chairman of InMage Systems, which he co-founded in 2002, and he invests in and mentors numerous networking startups in the field of information technology and other emerging areas. His phenomenal success goes far beyond entrepreneurship. He's a person of extraordinary interest in building lasting institutions for education, social development, and healthcare in both the US and India. His philanthropy also is in step with his beliefs, as he has given millions of dollars towards his global vision. His contributions towards the American India Foundation, the India Community Center in the Bay Area, UC Santa Cruz, Cal State East Bay, and Indus International Schools are some examples of his clear vision and philosophy. Well, if you haven't guessed already, that guest, of course, is Kumar Malavalli. Kumar, welcome to Chai with Manjula.
Thank you very much, Manjula, for having invited me here.
Well, as you know, our show is about giving and people making a difference. And there are few who exemplify this more than you. In fact, I recently read an article also, and it put it so well. It said if there were a title for you, it would be the compassionate entrepreneur. So today we would like to learn about your philosophy, about giving, and your approach to philanthropy. But before we do that, tell us a little bit about yourself, especially from the time you left India as a student to the remarkable success of Brocade Communications.
Okay, actually my journey started in 1972 after having finished my basic education, university education in India, and I worked for a German company for a couple of years, and then embarked upon my journey to Germany, and I was there until 1974 to do my higher studies and also higher training in technology. And after having finished that, then I migrated to Canada in 1974, and then I actually began my official professional career in Canada. I worked for several companies and finally ended up in CanStar, where I developed the technology which became the cornerstone for a future storage area network called Fiber Channel. And when we developed the standard, we also developed the prototype, and I was in search of a customer to look at the prototype and eventually become our customer. And I was talking to HP, Sun, and IBM in the United States. Finally, HP not just liked the technology, but also liked the group. And then my group was acquired by Hewlett-Packard. And then I became the employee of Hewlett-Packard, being the director of architecture and technology. And then I was thinking of starting my own company. I met with venture capitalist from Silicon Valley called Seth Nyman, and I had a partner by name Paul Morrison. We both of us approached him, and that became the beginning of Brocade. And he gave us the seed money. And in 1995, we launched Brocade Communication in Sunnyvale. And then 1997, we launched the product, and we released the product in 1997. And we started getting the customers after successful product launch. And in 1999, we actually went public. We did the initial public offering. And with that day, it was the best IPO that we had. And the rest is history.
Looking back after that. So it's an incredible story. You left India in 72, you said, 72, so 37 years ago, and I'm sure it was with $8 because that's all they allowed it at the time.
Exactly.
And today you are an epitome of success. So we would like your insight into this area as well. Since success is a prerequisite for philanthropy, what is your secret of success, or to what do you attribute your accomplishments as an entrepreneur?
Accomplished right from the day one, even very much before I started Brocade Communication, I had a very big instinct to think out of the box, and also combined that with that, the perseverance. If you start doing something, don't give up right in the middle, and also ability to find the right people with the right expertise and associate with them and work with them to make a successful project out of that. Because innovation cannot be attributed to only one person; it's a group effort. Okay. So I believed in that. That actually gave a very good path for me to succeed, particularly when I started Brocade.
Okay, so out-of-box thinking, perseverance, and right network of people.
Exactly.
So all that led to your success and
also, if I may interject, also the timing, because you may have a great idea, great people, great execution plan and everything else, but if the timing is not correct, you won't succeed. So the timing was another major factor in our success.
Okay, and soon after success followed the process of giving back.
Yes.
We have seen you, we have watched you making substantial contributions to organizations here in the U.S. and in India. And today we would like insight into what kind of projects are you involved with, what is the area of focus of your philanthropy, and why have you chosen those areas? So please tell us a little bit about it.
See, I had very intense feeling to give back if ever I succeeded. And after success, I want to put that the urge into action.
All right.
But you cannot do everything to everybody.
Right.
So I choose two particular areas. One is education, other one is healthcare.
Okay.
So these are the areas that I felt that you could make a major impact in the society. So those are the two areas that I selected.
Okay, education and
the healthcare.
So under education, I know you are supporting many projects here and in India. Could you tell us about some of them?
In United States, I created wealth for myself because of Brocade. Yeah. The Brocade was a pioneer in storage area network. And at that time, even though we succeeded, I felt that there are a lot of new ideas and the new technologies had to evolve within the storage spectrum. So I decided to do an endowment in a particular university in the storage technology. Then I hired Professor Sam Haddad, who is was visiting professor of Stanford, and to help me to interview a few universities. We came to a conclusion together that UC Santa Cruz was the best place to do the storage technology endowment. And also I want to take a look at some of the not so well-known education institutions like Cal State East Bay.
Right.
So I also donated to create the new business infrastructure there. And then I went on the education board. Okay. By the way, I'm also on board of trustees of UC Santa Cruz at the same time. So thereby, my involvement is very generic in Cal State East Bay, whereas in UC Santa Cruz, it's very specifically directed towards storage technology.
Okay, okay. And in India?
In India, first of all, my involvement is twofold. One is direct involvement by creating Indus International Schools. Okay. It's a group of schools that we have started. I was one of the key members of the trust to have started this family of schools.
Okay.
The first of its kind we started in Bangalore. It's called Indus International School. And subsequently, based on the success we achieved, we started two more schools, one in Hyderabad, other one is in Pune. This is mainly for to cater to international students. Okay. The rationale was twofold. One, we want to pick a niche market in education, give holistic education, not just curriculum, but everything else, leadership, entrepreneurship, extracurricular activities, etc.
To nurture 21st century.
21st century school, if you you can call it that way. And so we that's one rationale. Other rationale is purposely we wanted to make it profit oriented, because my own personal goal was, when we start making the profit, we wanted to create a parallel school with the same level of quality and access to the kids who are less fortunate.
That's a wonderful idea.
So we already started that in Bangalore, but we cannot start that school immediately. So we had to wait until the main school starts becoming profitable.
Okay.
So in Bangalore, we have reached the stage. So we have started a parallel school on a small scale to cater to the kids from low-income families.
It's the Robin Hood principle.
Exactly.
So you make money from these schools, and then you use the profit for the underprivileged children there.
And my goal is to someday do a similar school in Silicon Valley.
Oh.
Again, same principle, make it profitable, and then use the profit to give it back to society, particularly to the people, to the children who are less fortunate. So that's one thing, and also I got involved under American India Foundation.
I remember that. I was helping the organization at the time.
These center that I pioneered that project, which has become a very hugely successful project. Under
Digital
the
Equalizer.
Digital Equalizer that in India.
Yeah, you defined it, you launched it, and it was because of you that it took off. And
and also there are very able people also continued and took it to the next level.
Right.
And that's another project, which is the D stand for Digital Equalizer. That is to equalize the status between rural India and urban India on one side, and also equalize between fortunate and less fortunate.
I see.
Society.
So these centers are set up in existing schools?
Most of them are set up in existing schools. Actually, all of them are set up in the existing schools.
So how many do you have?
I think I don't know the exact number. It's in thousands.
Thousands of schools?
Exactly, within India, all over India, all states.
Which means tens of thousands of students are benefiting from
benefited by this. And for more detail, you can go to American India Foundation website and get all the detailed information about this.
So these are the initiatives in education. What other areas? You said healthcare.
Healthcare, I'm doing it slightly differently. I'm doing it through business. The model is different, because what I would like to do in the area of healthcare, instead of directly getting involved in philanthropy, set up a business which I'm involved in. The business is called Tele-Vital. And then create a solution, and that's going to lead to universal access of healthcare with the reduction of cost and also saving of lives. So I would like to do the philanthropy rather indirectly, not directly. And for example, Tele-Vital is a company that we have developed telemedicine technology for diagnostic purposes only, not for procedural things. Right now, we are operational in India.
How does it work?
It gives connectivity between remote clinics and the mega hospitals in the cities, so that the doctor and the patient don't have to travel. So what we have is in remote clinics, we have a technician who can actually connect the different medical devices remotely to the patients, like EKG, ECG, blood sugar level, and dialysis. And using the communication network, public network, we transfer all those data to the mega hospital, so that in real time the doctor can take a look at it and give the diagnosis. So we also are capable of transferring images from MRI and CAT scan and all those stuff. Those equipment are very expensive because the telemedicine, teleconnectivity, and multiple hospitals can share this equipment because not every time the hospital using those machines all the time.
Right.
You can time share them.
Right.
And that way you can reduce the cost. That's where the cost reduction aspect comes into.
Wow, that sounds wonderful.
That we have, fortunately for us, the Indian Space and Research Organization, ISRO in Bangalore, liked the idea very much. They said, okay, you give us the technology, we'll give you the connectivity through the satellite.
I see. So how many of such clinics do you have?
We have
right
all
now?
over India about 500 clinics right now. Every state is represented right now. But still it's in embryonic stage. Based on the success of this, Government of India gave us the contract to replicate this system throughout Africa. That's called Pan-African Project. We are in the process of implementing this this connectivity in all countries except South Africa.
Okay, and can we have something like this here in the U.S.?
Yes, we are trying to bring it to United States now. We feel that it's the right timing because of so much debate is going on and has gone on and still going to go on in the healthcare in terms of reducing the cost and increasing the access and making it more efficient, making it more, less error prone, human error prone. So this way, we not only get the data in real time, and also doctors and the patients don't have to travel to each other.
That's true.
And that saves a lot of time, and the doctors can, can actually process more patients than normal at their own time. And the second most important thing is it saves life. I'll give you one example. We are also in the process of putting them in the ambulances in India. Just imagine you have an heart attack, and you're being transferred to the hospital, and you get caught in the traffic. You know how the traffic is in India. But in the meanwhile, because the telemedicine, the connectivity between the ambulance and the hospital, the paramedics in the ambulance can be treating the patient under the guidance of the doctor, do all the preliminary things before the patient arrives in the hospital.
So there's no time lost.
You can save. They say that journey, it's called golden hour. That golden hour is very important. So that's why it's said you can save a lot of lives.
Yeah, my own father passed away in the ambulance. He was having a heart attack and being taken to the hospital.
Exactly. There's a lot of cases like that.
What other projects would you like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about Bangalore, San Francisco Sisters Initiative.
Okay, tell us about that.
I'm development chair of the committee, and the main purpose of this initiative is to through cooperation at the human level and also governmental level and also organization level to bring the two cities together, make them sustainable 21st century sustainable cities.
I see.
Through proper processes and exchange of the best practices, exchange of people, ideas.
Yeah, so you told me that you even had student-teacher exchange between French International School here in San Francisco and one of the Indus International Schools in Bangalore.
Exactly. Under that initiative, we started the first MOU we signed between Indus International School in Bangalore and French International School in San Francisco. They signed the MOU, both the principals signed the MOU in City Hall here in San Francisco in the presence of Mayor Gavin Newsom to start doing the exchange of students, teachers, and also best practices.
And you took the mayor to India also, to Bangalore, right?
Exactly. Recently, we had a delegation that went from San Francisco and the Bay Area, of course, to India. Several business and community leaders, led by Mayor Gavin Newsom, came to India, and I was part of that. And we spent 3-4 days in dealing with all the community leaders and also business leaders, as well as the senior government officials, including Chief Minister of Karnataka.
I see. And of course, you are very much involved with the India Community Center in the Bay Area also,
absolutely.
which is, again, a wonderful project for our community as well as for the community at large. And you are leading a wonderful life, of success and philanthropy, and you are fortunate enough to have made such a big difference in the lives of tens of thousands of people. There's a Buddhist saying that goes that if you light a lamp for someone,
Yes.
it also brightens your path. I would like to know, what has it done for your soul? What has philanthropy done for you?
Philanthropy I consider as not only my passion, but also consider that as a duty and obligation towards the society.
I see.
Society is given everything for me to be in this position. And so it's but natural to give it back. It gives me joy and peace. That's the main reason I do that. And also, philanthropy doesn't have to be only through deeds, but also helping the other startups
Right.
and the younger generation. That's also philanthropical,
Right.
because you are responsible for creation of wealth for them, for their companies, and eventually that's good for the country.
And I see a very good balance here if you're giving back here in the U.S. and in India.
Absolutely.
Why is it important to give to both countries?
India and U.S. play a major role in my life. India, because that's where I was born, and I owe a lot to Indian culture, and that gave me the perseverance and the thinking out of the box. It's very Indian, and also the patience. So that I owe to India, and also my fundamental and basic education was done in India, so I owe it to India.
Okay.
And the second thing is the United States is also very important, because that's which gave me an opportunity
Right.
to innovate,
Okay.
to think out of the box, and also create companies and beat the odds, and then
Okay.
create wealth.
Okay. And what do you look for in a project before you write these 6-7-digit checks?
First of all, the people, ideas and the people, those two are very important.
Okay.
And not just ideas come in plenty, but idea that should be based on a vision to solve some real life problems in society.
Okay.
And also the timing.
Okay. And who is your inspiration in all this?
My early on, my father, is actually taught me to be tough, and also not when I say tough, I didn't mean aggressive. Tough in making decisions and sticking to that, perseverance. No, I got a lot of support from my wife Vijaya also.
Oh yeah,
because,
Vijaya is a gracious lady.
Because when I started the company, even before starting the company, when I was building my career, a lot of sacrifice has to be done. Both my Vijaya and also my daughter Ranjini. So they had to really sacrifice a lot of things.
Right, certainly. Any hero in history that inspired you?
History,
or living?
I think Abdul Kalam is one of the greatest inspirators, because he had the technology, he had vision, and he was not a politician. He thought good about India. That's one of the great leaders of India.
Former president and a scientist.
Learned, at the same time simple.
Right.
And that's one thing. And also in George Washington, United States, because he's the one who taught the whole world how to run away from tyranny, and how the government is subservient to the people, not the other way around. So that's why they created the new constitution, where one group of people or one person cannot become a tyrant. So there is a checks and balances was provided, and he led the revolution to create a new country, which gives the freedom and the platform for the people, by the people,
So there's a good balance there. And your heroes also, you have one in India and
One
one in
India,
the US.
Washington, yeah.
Okay, great. And something left to accomplish in your life?
Yeah, it's not so much in technology, because I'm very fortunate in getting involved in all the companies, including Image and few other companies that are involved. They are still ongoing, and I would like to make sure they're successful. 3 other companies in different areas, but more importantly, I would like to accomplish more in the philanthropy, because I would like to do more. And I would like to create a foundation, hopefully someday, to do more philanthropy in a more structured and organization fashion.
Now, you are a prominent member of our community, but yet you are a private person. Is there something that we don't know about you, a side to you that we haven't seen?
I love music, and I like music. I'm not a great singer, but I like to participate. And I know you know when you were doing ICC. The karaoke club, and I participated once.
Yeah, once you were gracious enough to come and sing over there at an event that we had organized. So.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a great singer, but I love to sing sometimes. And my brother is a great singer, and he's the one, whenever he comes here, he said, come on, let's sing. And we start singing. That's one thing. And although I did not formally learn any music. and of course, poetry, I haven't... told many people that when I was in college in India, I used to write poetry in English.
Oh, really?
English literature.
So you have that creative streak in you.
Yeah, I know, but afterwards somehow it sort of faded away. But
do you have any of those poems?
And I still have some.
Really?
But I used to write them for my own enjoyment.
Well, I would love to
let your poetic fancy,
I would love to post one on our webpage when we post this show. So
okay, I'll see. I'll try to find it. I hope I still have them somewhere tucked in, really.
Okay, and you are certainly a role model, a mentor to entrepreneurs. So, as a philanthropist, what is your message to entrepreneurs?
When you're successful, don't forget the society. Create wealth, give back, and make a difference.
Beautiful. Well, with that message, we come to the end of our conversation. Kumar, I thank you very much for coming by and wish you continued success and continued giving. You certainly are an inspiration and a source of pride to our community.
Thank you very much, Manjula, for having given me this opportunity.
We would love to have you back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kumar. Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you today. Our guest was Kumar Malavalli, a leading Indo-American entrepreneur whose name has become synonymous with philanthropy. He gave us insight into his philosophy about giving and his philanthropic activities. And his message for entrepreneurs out there clearly is, create wealth, give back, and make a difference. You may watch this show again at chaivithmanjula.org, and you may join our page on Facebook for regular updates. Thank you all for joining us. I'll be back with another inspiring story about giving and people making a difference. For Chai with Manjula, I'm Manjula Gupta. See you next time.